Yeah, we go back. And I said, you know, we're all like hippies, you know, wearing the tie-dye, blue jeans and all that. And I see this woman standing over by this kind of fake fireplace where they had the mantle there. And she had, it's Miss Julia, of course, and she had this button-down white shirt, black pants, standing like this, you know, with a cigarette holder, right, with a cigarette next to her. We were all like, who is that? You know? She was like so glamorous and so way above all of us. I mean, it was just like amazing. So of course we all had to get to know her right away, and we've just been friends ever since. And I have to tell you, I love this woman. She means the world to me. And I'm so happy to be here with you, Julie. It's just, you know, and to meet all of you. It's such a wonderful community. And to meet her friends and Reverend Nancy from LA, and I remember. So this is just, it's such a treat. And Marge, and Judy, I mean, meeting you, knowing you from Rhode Island. It's just been a wonderful, wonderful thing. And thank you guys for such a warm welcome to all of us. So I really appreciate it.
So the stories go back so far, seriously, I don't remember them all, except that the three of us, there were several more, that hung out together at the Gay Community Service Center, which at that time was just a building on Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles, that then became what it is today, which is a very large organization. So we were there at the beginning. But the one thing I remember about Julia is that we would talk to her, I'd say that Julia has certain words that you want to go like, what? I call them Julia. One of them was oil. Say, now Julia, say oil. She'd go like air. Oil. Air. Yeah, so we've been together for a long time, on and off. Definitely wonderful to see her and love her. I can't believe it. It's like, where did the years go? But anyway, it's been really wonderful.
Grace wanted to know how did I meet me.
Yeah.
Did you see your toes first? Or?
Huh? Am I supposed to ask me a question?
Yeah.
Just tell me.
I'm with Marion, and I met Julia probably 30-some years ago. Yeah. And we went to Rhode Island, you were there, and Marion talked about you for a long time in the center. And it was really good to meet you, Julia. I'm happy to know you.
Now, we have other people who have stories.
Not me.
Yours?
There, I see a lady over there that probably has a story herself.
He deflected it all the way to the other side of the room.
Okay, you all know how Julia loses things.
Yeah.
So we were not living where we are across from her now. We were at the other place, not far. So she came over to visit one day. She always tends to put her car keys somewhere on the counter or wherever. And so she went to leave. Could not find those car keys. I mean, could not find them anywhere. If I'm not mistaken, Pat had to drive her home because we still couldn't find her car keys. So the next morning, I get up, we should call Helen, did she leave her car keys there? Nobody could find the car keys. I go to work, and I go to my purse, and the boss said, whose keys are these? They're in my purse. And I'm on my way to work with her keys.
So I haven't known Julia as long as the rest of you at all, but one thing, somebody let the cat out of the bag and told me that Julia is pretty good at sponsorships, and so we invited her on our Pride team, and she got all her friends from Los Angeles and everywhere, and I found that if people can't say no to Julia. And so you win the prize for raising the most money really to to support our pride and getting the most people and the most sponsors, and so I'm a big admirer. But when we had the big article in the Gondolier about pride, and there were pictures of me and Reverend Vicki and Julia and other people, but the article went on to talk about Reverend Julia, who's the pastor of our church here. So congratulations on your 80th birthday, Reverend Julia.
That's hysterical.
Let me think about which one.
Okay. Oh. I know you have some. Stand up.
Hi, Julia. Happy birthday. I've been privileged to know you for 20 years now. And I met her at, on a job site. She was, worked for me as a teacher. I worked at an elementary school in Providence that was an inner city school. It was a tough place. And we had a new superintendent. They had standards-based education coming in. The teachers, all of a sudden, were getting very sick. And one teacher even had a heart attack. And it was like no one wanted to come to the school. I needed a 4th grade classroom teacher. All they could send me was Julia. Well, she was a classroom teacher, but I think it was in California. But she was certified as a counselor, and that's exactly what we needed. That class turned around in a week. They used to run the halls. They walked in 2 straight quiet lines. This guy's room was a pile of junk. She had the whole class cleaned up. She put those kids to work. The whole staff was very resistant to change. And we had sign-in books to come to class on time, to come to work on time, and no one would do it. Miss Julia comes in early, signs the book, goes outside, picks her kids up right at 9 o'clock, brings them in, and she starts to lead the staff. And they all began to follow her. It was great. But that's not the story I want to tell. One day, her class is standing outside. It's way past 9 o'clock. Where's Julia? We don't know where Julia is. Hello, did Julia call in? No, Julia didn't call in sick. Where is she? We don't know. So we take her kids to class, and we're sitting in the main office, and here comes Julia. Oh my God, oh my God. I can't believe what happened to me. I can't believe what happened to me. Julia, what happened? I'm driving down the road. All of a sudden, I'm driving nice, and this thing comes flying from the back seat into the front seat on my dashboard. She says, I was so scared, I didn't know what it was, Then I looked again and it was gone, so I said, oh, I'm fine. All of a sudden it appeared again and she goes, to the side, and she pulls onto the side of the road, jumps out of the car, it's pouring down rain, she's got her pocketbook and her umbrella and she's looking at the car. Then comes someone else driving on this very busy highway from South County to Providence. They see Miss Julia on the side of the road, pull over. It's Marion, my special ed teacher. She's handicapped, she's got a cane. She gets out of the car to help Miss Julia. We can't find the mouse. She's got the cane, she's getting the cane all around, trying to find out where the mouse is. There's no mouse. They're both standing out there looking at the car. With 2 cars on the side of the road. All of a sudden, here comes the police. State police. He gets in the car. He can't find that mouse either. So by now, it's like 40 minutes. Here comes another state trooper. 4 cars on the side of the road. Miss Julia's car door wide open. She's standing there. There's no mouse. So what do you think they do? What do you think Miss Julia does?
She turns around and looks at these two good-looking cops and says, "Can you guys give me a ride? I have to go to work." I'm sorry, Miss Julie, you'll have to go to work with your friend here who works at the same school anymore. So that's still not the end of the story. You would think that the people in the school wouldn't like Julia because she was the one that was following all the rules that they hated. But she had everybody right in the palm of her hand. Not only did she get a ride home, she ended up taking this girl's car for the weekend. Take the car. That's our sweet Julia. I would like to add a notation to that, because the reason the mouse was in her car is that she unloaded 15 boxes of mothballs in the garage. and that mouse got in her car because it couldn't stand the smell. And neither could anyone else. In the garage for 2 months. I'd like to add one more thing to Carrie's story. In Rhode Island, we had a lot of snowstorms in the winter, and 2, 3, 4 feet, and they would call school off or let the kids out early. Julia's the only person in the whole Providence school system where the principal came to Julia and said, "It's snowing, you should leave now." True?
With 5 different principals. And they all knew I was new, and I didn't know how to drive in the snow. So when it started snowing, they would say, "Snowing really bad." I was the counselor, so I didn't have the kids all the time. So no one really had to take So I would move in the classroom and individual in groups. So I could leave. And I spent about 5 minutes. They paid me they paid me the money they would have paid me if I was a regular teacher there. They were wonderful. I got sick leave. I got, absentee leaves, 10 days for the year. They gave me everything.
They got a bargain. They got a bargain, Julia. Well, okay, so moving right along, we know that Julia was an educator, a teacher and a counselor. But what you don't know is that Julia was an LA cop. See, when I met her, I like to say I met her in Rhode Island, but I really met her in Monrovia and in LA. Because Ellen wanted to go see Julia, but Ellen can't fly. Ellen is absolutely terrified of flying. In fact, I wish we had the videotape, because after taking drugs and other various and the sort of prescription things, Ellen was in the bathroom at Logan Airport in Boston. I had to go in and get her out of the bathroom because I think she just got a little loopy and couldn't figure out where she was, our flight was going to go. Anyway, we flew out and we met Julia, and then we met Grace and Mary, and they had a party at their house. It was way up on a hill overlooking the city. It was so much fun. And then the next day we went to Santa Barbara together, all of us. I remember singing there and just having a really great time. And before long, Julia became a Rhode Islander. And she came to visit Ellen. Well, Ellen was going to trick Julia. So she asked me if I would come with her and take her to the airport in Boston
So I dressed up in my little tuxedo outfit with shorts and a bow tie and a tuxedo shirt and all my stuff. And I had a silver tray with cocktail glasses on it and champagne. And Ellen dressed as a nun. We got to the airport and we were waiting for Julia to come off the flight from LA. We were waiting. Everybody came out. It was a big plane, so, people came out. Ellen is, in the meantime, hiding behind a potted plant. And I'm standing there with my silver tray and champagne, getting looked at by all passengers. When all of a sudden, I looked up and here, out of this other doorway, I don't know how you got there, because it wasn't the exit for the plane. It was some other doorway over there, and I look up, and I see a policewoman coming down with blue striped pants and a big belt and a white shirt and a badge, and she had the hat. Wow, who's that? Just then Ellen jumps out from behind the plant with her nun costume on. And she surprises Julia, but Julia actually got the last laugh because she surprised Ellen.
Actually, I came in a nun's whole habit, but I had dreadlocks coming out of it. And I had to go to the ladies' room, and there was a woman in front of me, and she went in, she turned around and looked at me, and she came right out. And I want to say in that restroom.
It's all good. Tell me what you want.
Well, Julia was my next door neighbor, and she came over one day to introduce herself. So that was very nice. And then another time we all went to the Fort Myers flea market. Do you remember that excursion? That was a day. My daughter, myself, and Julia. So we're going to the flea market, and all of a sudden there's this auctioneer there. Remember? So she said, oh, I can buy this for this one, and I can buy that for that one, and I can buy this for this one. Well, before you know it, she had almost $400 in charges. So she goes to give the auctioneer her credit card, and she hadn't activated it. She's sitting there with all these presents for everybody, and she turned to me and she said, do you have your credit card? I said, yes, I do. No, can I borrow it? Yes, you can. I promise I'll pay you when we get back. It's okay, no problem. So anyways, that's how she bought all the gifts for everybody. So now we proceed through the flea market, and then we talked Julia into buying a beautiful black wig. You remember that? Gorgeous, looked gorgeous on her. And we just raved about how beautiful it looked and everything. So she bought on my credit card that wig. And then I get a call, that was on a Saturday. Gets a call Sunday morning about, I don't know, 8:30. Help! Help! Julia, what's the matter? Everything all right? Yeah, I can't get my wig on. Can you come over and help me? Okay, Julia, I'll be right over. Another time, she couldn't get her earrings. She couldn't do her earrings. She called me up. Help! Help! Julia, what's the matter? Everything all right? Yeah, can you come over and help me get my earrings on? Right? Right. Yeah. And there's more stories too. So another time, she was trying to call Comcast because she was having a problem with her computer. Remember that? I remember. So anyways, we had to rent a husband, right? To come over and try to help her with this problem. So she's on the phone to Comcast, but she has no idea what Comcast is even trying to tell her. So conversation, she's repeating everything to us. We're saying, okay, we'll do this, do this, do this. He's doing it, she's repeating it. So the next thing she takes the phone, she goes, here, talk to her husband. So every time Julie had problems, Rent-A-Husband was always there. Right? All of this. Anybody else?
Over here.
Stephanie?
Is this a story? I don't want to say it. I don't want to know.
More embarrassing than that.
I know one that Stephanie had. Julia was going to New Orleans, I believe, on flight, early morning flight. Now Stephanie gets up very, very early to go to work, so she goes to bed early. 10 o'clock at night, she calls Stephanie. Can you come over here? I can't lift my suitcase into my car. So she had to get up out of bed and go lift the suitcase into the car for Julia.
I remember Julia telling me that when she was in California teaching, she would come in early in the morning and the cook would be making cornbread for lunch. Well, she wanted the corner piece of cornbread. So she instructed, right? You instructed the cook that she was to make her and save her the corner of the cornbread. So for the whole time she was in California teaching, she got cornbread every day. But that's not all. Apparently the teachers could eat in the classroom, and some of these parents knew that she liked fried chicken.
I had special ed at that time, and in that room we had all special needs kids, and you would teach them different recipes, and that's why I could, eat in the classroom.
So anyway, she enlisted one or two parents, and they brought her lunch. Fried chicken. So, Reverend Renee, I heard you have some stories.
I have a lot of stories, actually. I'm learning a lot just by listening. And probably the word I would use to describe Julia is just charming. And I think she's charmed her way into our hearts, but she's also charmed her way into whatever she needs in life. The first day I met Julia was here in Suncoast. And Terry and I walked in kind of late. We were trying to scope things out. We sat back here by Julia. I think the first day she said, well, you need to join the choir. You need to be in the choir. I said, okay. Every week, you can sing, you need to be in the choir. You gotta get you in the choir. So you don't want to upset Julia. But anyhow, one of the fondest memories I have was poor Terry had to sit next to Julia at Julia's house during a thunderstorm. Everybody knows that Julia loves a good thunderstorm. Yeah, and Northport has a lot of those apparently. And so the electricity went out. Even we were sitting around, I don't know, I guess we had dinner. And we were just sitting around. I don't know, there were maybe 6 or so of us, and Terry got the privilege of sitting right next to Julia, and the lights went out. And then a big crack, boom, she grabbed her, oh, and screamed and grabbed her. What you need to know about Terry is that she's very shy, and she scares easily. So it was just pure entertainment. Sat across from them and just laughed. The rest of us were there, we just laughed. We had a great time because it happened over and over and over. She said, if you guys weren't here, I'd be in my closet. She really wanted to go there. I have certainly enjoyed just this short time that I've known you, and
appreciate your humor and appreciate your friendship and your love. And happy birthday, Julia.
Another was a Northport story. Julie called me one night, she said, "You gotta get over here, you gotta get over here, right away." "What's the matter?" "There's an alligator outside." "And it's banging against my house." I said, "Julia, there's not an alligator banging against your house." "Yes, I'm silly, I'm telling you, it is banging, please, come over." So I get in the car and I come over and I go in the house, I can hear this bang, bang, bang. I look around and it's in the bathroom, it's the flap. The exhaust pipe. So much for the alligator. Another time, when she was in Providence teaching, she was in the teacher's room and there was a mouse that ran across the floor. And much like your story, she jumped in the teacher's lap next to her. Is that true? She couldn't get off her. So those are a couple more stories. Now Tim has one. Oh, you have another one, Renee?
No, I do. Go ahead, Tim.
I'll just do it real quick. But Joe insisted that I make a toast for Julia. So, Julia, toast. The latest one she did to me was last week. I get a phone call and she says, "Mary?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Who am I talking to?" I said, "This is Tim, Mary Tim." She said, I called the wrong number. So that's the only time I get to talk to her is when she has the wrong number.
Julia, okay, just say I forgive you. One day I was up here working, and I went into the office, and that was at a time when Susie was still here, and we were sitting there talking, and Julia comes rushing in, and "Hi Julia, how are you?" "No, I'm so good." I said, "What's wrong?" And she said, "Well, last week I went to my liver doctor's appointment. Only when I got there, it wasn't for that day." And she said, and I was really embarrassed, but I went ahead and made another appointment, and for this week, for today. And I said, "Well, how did it go?" She said, "I forgot to go."
On the subject of the alligators, you're not alone because Judy and I saw millions of alligators on Alligator Alley, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. When we went on a trip, came down to see Ellen and Judy, and we were going across, and Judy, who's sitting in the passenger seat, oh my God, look over there, look over there. A little while later, oh my God, look, no, you have to look, you have to look. What she's looking at are pieces of tire that fall off of trucks, and they're long and black, and they kind of sad, right? Convinced. No, they're alligators, that's what they are. So you're not the only one who, thinks you see them, whether you do or not. I just wanted to end by saying this to you, Julia. I was going through a time in my life when things were pretty dark. You know the time. Because you came to see me for a week. and you stayed with me for a week. And you did my laundry and folded it up and put it away where it went. And you cleaned the house and you made me food. And you talked to me when I wanted to talk, but you didn't make me talk. And I will never forget your kindness and your compassion. You're not just somebody who can charm the sneakers off of Michael Jordan. Julia also knows how to give. And I want to thank you. I feel privileged to know you. I love you. And when you did that for me, you gave me this black angel pin to wear. And I want to give it back to you, because you're the black angel.
That was very touching, and it's so true that you were a kind-hearted person and always thinking about other people and taking care of other people, even in your family. The oldest of 9 children, raising 9 children when her mother died when she was 14 years old. So, and she always tells the story about how she knows that she had to get to go to school. And so she found a way to get out of high school, graduate, and go to Grambling College. Her grandfather gave her money for the first year. She didn't have money for the second year. So I think you quit and worked. Then you went back, but you needed more money for the 3rd and 4th year. So she goes to the president. And she said, I need to go to school. And I need money. Because she didn't have any. So she's always known how to take care of herself from very young on. And I'll be darned, that president got her the money, the financial aid, and she finished and graduated because she needed to graduate and she wasn't going to not graduate. So we know that you are determined, that you're kind-hearted, and we all love you, and we're just grateful to have you in our life.
I have a question. Doug Berry did all the music tonight. Okay. New Orleans, there's a guy that I've always admired was B.B. King with his music and his deal. So we're going to do a little B.B. King act for you. Doug gets it on there, all right?
Okay.
He doesn't dance.
While they're doing that, I would like to thank Joe and Tim for all the inspiration and the creator of all the ideas, and of course all the people who helped with the food, and Linda and Connie and Rocky and Laura. We're so grateful for everyone. Are we ready? Okay.
It was after church a long time ago, 2013, I think so. On our way home, when 2 lovely gals stopped us at the door. You 2 guys look like fun. Where are you headed for? Ellen and Julia's our names. Where are you going this lazy day? Tim answered, on our way home to stay, having just like new, relaxing and snoozing and watching the tube. Just like new, Ellen said. What's that? What's just like new? Tim made meatloaf yesterday, and we're having it again today. It's just like new. We asked the girls to join us for the day. To our surprise, they said, yes, just show us the way. After lunch and having a little gossip and getting the news, all of a sudden it got real dark. A big black cloud rolled across the sky. The thunder got loud and lightning struck all about. Julia jumped up, scared to the bone, ran through the trailer pulling curtains too, closing the blinds, even rolling down the Roman shades on the lanai. Get in the closet, she said with fright. Get in the closet, it's the only place to hide. I said, calm down, girl. It took me 2 years to come out of the closet. We showed Julia love and hugged her real tight, till the storm passed out of sight. Then she seemed to be all right. Lovers may come and lovers may go. Friends you make forever, so never let them go. Happy birthday with love from Tim and Joe.
She told me, I guess, during the summer, you will make 80, and I will make sure you have a nice birthday. Little did she know it was going to turn out to all of this. I think you were talking about going out to dinner, right? But it just changed, and changed by itself. We have made it happen. She put her blood into this, and because of that, I love her once. I love her twice, and I'm loud, will love her forever. She is my family. There, nothing, no stone, no snow can come between us. And I want you to know that, Ellen. I love you. Thank you, sweetie. And I'm always your family. This is her brother, Steve, and her sister-in-law, Kathy. And I'm still part of that family. They make sure that I'm part of that family. They don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. Then I would like to thank everyone put this together so nicely. I didn't know anything other than the people that were coming. I chose the people and the food. And she did it all without my knowing. Even the invitation that was made by Joe, I haven't seen it yet. You know, so everything was a surprise to me, and everything. The people that's here, I'm so happy you came. I'm happy for all the people that helped out and put this together. It takes a big village. It really does, you know? Not just a village, but not only a village, but people that I love. And I think that makes a difference. And if you're here tonight, know that you have a very, very special place in my heart. Because every one of you, all of you, have touched me in a way you don't even know. And I couldn't even begin to tell you because you're all so different. And every one of you gave me something of beauty. A word here, a smile, a story, food, whatever there is in the universe that can come my way. You have blessed me. And I'm truly blessed to be a part of this church. We have two wonderful, when I say wonderful, believe the word, ministers. And I usually call Reverend Vicky, Reverend Nancy. So I'm trying my best. I go to this, I'm not going to call you Reverend Nancy. But Reverend Nancy and Reverend Vicky, thank you because you'll continue helping me grow spiritually. And I truly appreciate that so much. And I'm so happy that you are here with us.
Amen.
I want each of you to know that I all do, and you know, people say I love you, right?
Yeah.
Do they really mean that? But I'm going to tell you, I don't say anything if I don't mean it. Because I don't have the energy to do likewise. I truly don't. So if I tell you I love you, don't take it lightly. Okay? So, but anyway, thank you so much for all of you being here. I truly appreciate it.